It was 3:04 a.m. when the cops banged on my door because I wouldn't move my truck for Lisa's guests. Yep, the same Lisa who thought my driveway was her personal parking lot. But trust me, that was just the warm-up. Before I get into this HOA nightmare, let me know in the comments where you're reading from and the pettiest thing your neighbors ever pulled. You won't believe what Lisa tried next. I'd only been in the neighborhood a few months when the first hint of suburban pettiness showed up. A note tucked under my windshield wiper. Written in curly Comic Sans, it said, "Just a friendly reminder, we don't park trucks in driveways overnight, smiley face. HOA standards." I chuckled. My truck, a beat-up Chevy Silverado, wasn't breaking any rules. I'd double-checked the bylaws before moving in. I brushed it off as some well-meaning busybody, but then it happened again. Same note, same handwriting, now with a highlighted line. HOA compliance is not optional. That's when I started digging and met Lisa capital L Lisa HOA president, self-proclaimed guardian of neighborhood VY Bess, and my new driveway stalker. Lisa introduced herself one Saturday while I was hosing down the sidewalk. She strutted over in khaki shorts and a VY sword that screamed tennis coach, clutching a clipboard like it was her scepter. "You must be the truck guy," she said, skipping the pleasantries. "We try to avoid industrial-looking vehicles where guests can see them. It's aesthetic clutter." I stared, wondering how long she'd rehearsed that line. "It's my driveway," I said coolly, "and the bylaws say I can park a personal vehicle here." She didn't blink. Well, rules can change if the community finds something tacky. And so began our quiet war. Every time I parked my truck, a note appeared. Lisa upped the ante, napping pics from across the street, emailing anonymous complaints to the HOA, later revealed as her own burner account, and inventing rules like Article 3B, no vehicles with tires over 31 inches. I half expected her to show up with a ruler. Then came the flyer's neon orange sheets on my door announcing a community appearance audit. It was a blatant power play, but I ignored it. The truck stayed. It was personal now. Then Lisa got bold. One afternoon while I was swapping a spark plug, she strolled over, all fake smiles. "Hey, I've got family coming in 2 weeks for my son's graduation party. Lots of guests. Could you move your truck somewhere else that day so they can use your driveway? It'd help with overflow, and some of them are elderly." I blinked. "You want my driveway for your guests?" She nodded like it was obvious. "It's the best access point." I said, "Yeah, I'll pass." Her smile turned icy. "I hope the board doesn't see this as unfriendly." Things got stranger. Birdseed appeared under my truck since hawks patrol our street. A grapefruit rind landed in the bed. Small stuff, but Lisa was probing, testing how far she could push. I didn't bite. Instead, I started logging everything, every note, every weird move, every snarky suggestion, taped to my garage. One read, "Some residents feel your truck radiates handyman vibes. May consider a compact car?" My truck's bone stock. Lisa was unraveling. Then came her neighborhood audit, a sham event she staged to collect EVY Denke. She paraded around with a clipboard in her phone, pretending to document the street, but it was all about me. A neighbor yelled, "Lisa, get a life," as she snapped pics by my trash cans. I waved. She didn't. That night, someone left me a plate of cookies with a note, "You're in her crosshairs now, good luck." The next morning, another note, "Failure to meet community aesthetics may lead to further action." This wasn't about the truck, Anna Marie, it was about control. Lisa thrived on her tiny empire, and my defiance was her kryptonite. I expected more notes, maybe another fake flyer, but not what came next. At 3:04 a.m., red and blue lights flashed through my blinds, followed by a sharp knock. Half asleep in gym shorts and a Nirvana tee, I opened the door to 2 cops, one barely hiding a grin. "Sir, we got a call about a suspicious vehicle in your driveway," he said, nodding at my truck like it was a crime scene. "Reported as abandoned, possibly stolen, and excessively imposing." I echoed. "Excessively imposing?" The younger cop snorted. Her words. Said it's disrupting neighborhood peace. Peeked past them. There she was, Lisa's silhouette in her window, watching. I explained, "My truck? Registered, insured, legally parked." The cops nodded, clearly annoyed at the nonsense call. "Honestly," one said, handing back my ID, "she called last year about a guy's too spooky Halloween decor. Sorry about this. They suggested I talk to the HOA or a lawyer. She's got a grudge." By morning, an email awaited. "Urgent community concern. Parking misconduct. Attached was a PDF, emergency HOA meeting agenda, parking reform proposal. Lisa's 5-page rant included gems like overbearing vehicular presence and photos of my truck labeled source of VY strain during gatherings. She wanted to designate my driveway as a guest parking zone for events. That week, she tried hosting her emergency meeting in her backyard. No approval, no quorum, just chairs and iced tea. I skipped it, but my neighbor Sarah, a sarcasm legend, went with a mug reading, "Not today, Lisa," and Liv tweeted the meltdown. Lisa rambled for 45 minutes about guest-centric access. When someone asked if it was legal, she snapped, "It's about standards, not laws." Half the crowd bailed. 2 days later, a fake HOA sanitation notice hit my mailbox, claiming my truck's undercarriage might leak and attract raccoons. The cited Section 4B was about leaf pickup, not driveways. Lisa was forging rules now. I fought back, posting on the neighborhood Facebook group, "When Lisa targets a truck, a diary." I shared her notes, pics, and her parking plan. Comments flooded in. Turns out, she'd fined someone for too loud wind chimes and called animal control on a mocking dog bark. The post blew up locally, spawning memes like my truck and sunglasses caption, "The culprit." Lisa doubled down, patrolling with a whistle and clipboard, scribbling property width analyses. I called her out one day, coffee in hand. "Problem, Lisa?" She sniffed. "Some of us care about curb appeal." I sipped. "Good thing it's not a ticketed event." She later dropped off Lisa's neighborhood harmony guidelines, banning rebellious lawn decor and non-neutral trucks. My neighbor Tom, with his retired, not tame flamingo sign, nearly died laughing. But I'd been reading the real HOA bylaws. Lisa's citations didn't match. She wasn't just VOE president, she was treasurer too. Unelected for years. This wasn't about my truck, it was her power grab. I'd just become her first real threat. A week after the first 3 a.m. Kavawai sit, it happened again, louder, crazier. Lights pierced my blinds and a voice boomed, "Open up." Report of criminal obstruction. For cops this time, one shining a flashlight on my truck like it was a fugitive. "Your vehicle's a hazard to emergency access," the lead said. "Blocking a fire lane?" I asked. "No, your driveway." Across the street, Lisa, in a robe and slippers, waved a laminated chart, yelling, "He's risking lives. What if an ambulance can't reach my guests?" An officer muttered, "She had us measure your driveway on Google Maps. Says it's 18 inches too narrow." Her chart was a DIY disaster, sketched bottlenecks and a helicopter pad. She claimed my truck caused VY congestion panic. A cop sighed, "Ma'am, illusions aren't violations." She pivoted, "His porch light blinds my guests." Another cop grumbled, "I thought this was about ambulances." "No citation, just add VYCE, log this. Consider harassment charges." I ordered security cams and a mug. I break for petty despots. Lisa staged driveway rehearsals with cones, filming herself narrating fake crises. "Oh no, Aunt Jane's blocked." She left me a binder, suggested vehicular solutions, pushing sedans and suggesting I park in public lots for Q4 harmony. She texted the neighborhood about Truckgate, writing, "We must stop this rebellion. My standard is the community's." Sarah made my standard teas. We sold 30 at a barbecue that outshone Lisa's party. Her yard sat empty save for a sad dip bowl. The tide turned. Neighbors mocked her openly. Her flyers got defaced, ego violation detected. My driveway became a symbol, kids skated by, drones buzzed it. Then I found it. Lisa held multiple unelected HOA roles against the charter. She wasn't just petty, she was a fraud. Time to fight back.